Imagine a fortune so immense that giving it away could collapse the economy of an entire region. This is the story of a man whose wealth remains unparalleled in human history. In the early 14th century, one ruler possessed so much gold that his name became synonymous with the very idea of a golden age. This was Mansa Musa, the 10th ruler of the Mali Empire. While Europe was struggling through the hardships of the Middle Ages, West Africa was home to one of the most powerful and prosperous empires the world had ever seen. The Mali Empire sat at the crossroads of the trans-Saharan trade routes, controlling the flow of salt and, most importantly, gold. When Musa Keita I came to power in 1312, he inherited a kingdom already rich, but he would expand its borders and its influence until Mali was the intellectual and financial center of the continent. In 1324, Musa embarked on his most famous journey, a pilgrimage to Mecca. This was not a humble trek across the sand. It was a procession of unimaginable scale and luxury. Historical accounts describe a caravan of 60,000 men, including 12,000 servants who each carried 4 pounds of gold bars. 80 camels followed, each burdened with hundreds of pounds of gold dust. As Musa traveled across the desert, he was not just performing a religious duty, he was displaying the might and sophistication of his empire to the world. When the caravan arrived in Cairo, Musa's generosity was legendary. He gave away so much gold to the poor and spent so much in the local markets that he single-handedly caused the value of gold to plummet. In a bizarre twist of fate, his charity triggered massive inflation that crippled the economies of Cairo, Medina, and Mecca for over a decade. It remains the only time in recorded history that a single individual controlled the price of gold across the Mediterranean simply by his presence. But Musa's legacy was built on more than just spending. He used his wealth to transform Mali into a global hub for science, religion, and the arts. Upon his return from the pilgrimage, he brought back architects, jurists, and scholars from across the Islamic world. He focused his efforts on the city of Timbuktu, commissioning the construction of the Jingareba Mosque, a masterpiece of Sudano-Sahelian architecture that still stands today. He helped establish the University of Sankore, turning Timbuktu into a destination for the brightest minds in astronomy, law, and mathematics. Under his rule, the Mali Empire stretched over 2,000 miles, reaching from the Atlantic Ocean to the modern-day borders of Niger. It was a period of unprecedented stability and administrative efficiency. Musa was a visionary leader who forced the world to take notice. By 1375, European maps like the Catalan Atlas depicted him sitting on a golden throne, holding a golden nugget and wearing a crown of pure gold, signaling to the world that West Africa was the heart of global wealth. Mansa Musa remains a towering figure, not merely for the gold he carried, but for the culture and knowledge he cultivated. He shattered the myths of a disconnected Africa, proving that his empire was a beacon of civilization and intellectualism. His story invites us to look beyond the riches and see the enduring power of a leader who invested in the intellectual future of his people. In our next episode, we will continue our journey through history by exploring the life of Queen Nzinga, the master diplomat and warrior who stood defiant against colonial power.